Hello friends, it's Tim here from Super Mayhem. Oh, and boy howdy do we have some game hacking action for you today. So in the past I've already taken a look at Game Genie codes for Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo, but I think there's a little bit more mayhem for us to get out of this game before we put it to bed. So today we're going to focus on just Super Mario Bros. 3. So join with me if you will as we delve once again into the seedy underbelly of game modification as we explore Super Mario Bros. 3 for the SNES using some more Game Genie codes. On with the show. Since there are technically two versions of this game, for the first half of the video we're going to focus on the vanilla Super Mario All-Stars, and then swap over to the version that also includes Super Mario World. Starting off we have a kind of a classic skywalking cheat that is DD-A9-A603. Except in this version you just stay up in the air as long as you hold down the jump button. I personally kinda prefer the regular method of skywalking where you can continue kind of tapping the jump button to float higher and higher. But with this code you can effectively just hold down jump and sail across the entire level. It's actually kinda neat. Next up we have a super weird code that is 53A8-6CAA, and when you enter in this bad boy, enemies will actually pass through Mario or Luigi. When I first entered this level I was already Big Mario from my previous code, so I was a little bit surprised when I was hit by an enemy. But then once I was small, not only did Mario change colour and become a weird grey and brown, but the code did take full effect, and Goombas were passing through me like a bad curry. Even piranha plants couldn't stop me, and even those annoying little sticky Goombas couldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. This is a super weird cheat code, but I kinda love it. Moving on to the next two-line code that is D0A1-6C0A plus E1A3-D60A, and it is super cool. When you enter in these two codes, any power-up you get will automatically turn you into Mario with a Goomba shoe. I think we can all agree that this shoe was not nearly utilised as much as it should have been in this epic game. The cheat code does specify that it may cause some graphics to mess up, and well, that certainly happened to me when I took on the fortress in the first world. I think I ended up as some garbled mess of Boom Boom with spikes or something. There was something satisfying about taking him down with a boot made of Boom Boom though, so give this one a try yourself at home. Next up I was super intrigued by the code E6A8-6CAA, which claimed you can skip most levels in the game. Well, at first it seemed like it kinda did nothing as I couldn't skip levels or anything. Then I tried a new game and it all seemed normal, until I got myself a delicious mushroom, and from there it was chaos. Mario turned into a grey and brown Racoon Mario that could swim through levels. Once I passed the first level, Mario entered the map screen as a cloud and then allowed me to move past all levels except Hammer Bros, which is where I learned that I was actually invincible. From there I played the castle, got hit by a bunch of cannonballs, beat Larry Cooper and ended up saving the Grassland Kingdom as nothing more than a glitched raccoon tail. My talk with the king was super bugged out too, and I don't know what this sprite is, so please leave a comment if you can work it out. This actually turned out to be a similar code that I had covered in my previous Super Mario All-Stars video, but all in all this is actually an epic code to try out. I had to try the two-line code 5BC6-DB09 plus 5BC6-DB69, which was titled Easy Pipes, just to find out exactly what this code did. And well, it turns out that it makes pipes you can actually go down more identifiable. It does this by placing blocks over the top of any pipe you can't go down. Unfortunately this doesn't stop piranhas from popping out of them, but it's still pretty cool. Oh, and I accidentally fell down a pit. I meant to, because there wasn't much else to show. Yeah, that'll do. Next up, I was super keen to try this 5-line Game Genie code that promised to have all infinite items, which sounded pretty sweet to me. So I started a new game and looked in my inventory, but I only had a mushroom. So I used that and looked in my inventory again, and sure enough it had just about everything. I accidentally used the cloud though and took on the first level. The controls seem to be a little bit messed up and delayed though, so I just jumped into pit. But back on the map screen, bam! All items in my inventory were there and I could use them all no problem. There does seem to be a bit of an odd bug once you use an item in the inventory though. It's a little bit hard to explain, but basically after you have used an item in the inventory, and then try to cycle through to a different power-up, they seem to show up the wrong power-up. This is a minor issue though really, and the code is super handy for those who want a leg up in the game without doing any major game-breaking mad hacks. Give it a try. This next Game Genie code is so darn fun it should be illegal. Enter in the code DD22-DB62 and you will be able to spawn and shoot ice blocks anywhere you want by pushing the Y button. It's like a superpower that is way better than any power up in the game. As a plus, it even dismantles levels, pipes and even other blocks. I accidentally screwed myself in level 2 when I got rid of the question mark block that allows you to jump up and over the pipe. That's what I get for getting overexcited, I guess. This code does allow you to take shortcuts through mountains though, which alone makes it super awesome. But I cannot stress enough how fun this is. If you only try one of these cheat codes of this video, make it this one. And just a quick code up next. If you enter in D5D4-F36D, you will be able to select any world you like from the File A game. It will show World 8, but you can't really play it unfortunately. If you enter directly into World 8, none of the ships will appear and you will be locked out from progressing. Other than that, it is a super handy code to have if you want to just target specific worlds. And the last code for this version we will take a look at is the 2-line code 6D69-686E plus 6D68-66D3, and this is super fun. Essentially this allows you to go wherever you want on the map screen. Skip levels, walk on the scenery, even loop around and up and down. Just be careful of hammer bros. If you do land on them you will be in for a fight. But this is like the cloud item on steroids and looks maxing. It's awesome, but you don't need a hammer to smash your own face with. To start off our journey into Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World, I thought we would take a look at the interesting code 6A8C-0C30, which has an odd but super handy bonus. Whenever you pass a level in Super Mario Bros. 3, you will always get the white ship to appear on the map in place of the Hammer Bros. For those of you that don't know, this treasure ship is normally triggered by satisfying several different requirements, such as being in World 1, 3, 5 or 6, your coin count must be a non-zero multiple of 11, for example 11, 22, 33, 44, the second to last digit of your score must match your coin count, example, if you have 22 coins then your score must end in 20. The final digits of the level timer must also be an even number, and it should perfectly match the digit from your coins and score. Well, with this code you can forget all of those obstacles and just enjoy the ship. Admittedly, I did also use a code that ensured I was always Big Mario to help me get there quicker, but I thought this was a fun code due to not often seeing this awesome coin and 1-up bearing ship. Up next we have the super handy code DDA8-DB6E, which lets you cycle through power-ups whilst in a level just by pressing select. Naturally this is super handy as you can just pick whichever type of Mario you want to take on the world. If you hit the select button whilst you are jumping, you can also give yourself a Goomba's shoe or remove it if you are already wearing one. It's a classic code for a classic game. This next 4-line code is honestly one of the coolest Super Mario codes I have come across in my journeys of game modifications. When you have these 4 codes enabled, any enemy you get close to, or even that just appears on the screen, will die. This is super OP, and also super fun. I gave it a try in World 6, and it had a rather odd reaction to moving platforms. It's hard to describe, but basically Mario will kind of warp around the screen at random times, and often you will be able to walk where you shouldn't be able to walk. Power-ups are also automatically collected once they spawn, which is a nice bonus, and whenever you get near the card screen at the end of the level, you seem to automatically hit it as well and always get the Fire Flower card. This is a super wacky code and you should definitely try it. The next code we will take a look at is 40C4-6C22, and it is kinda similar to the previous code in a way. With this bad boy in place, your tail attack as Racoon Mario will hit any enemy on the screen. Even multiple enemies at once bite the dust. This was good fun with Koopa Troopers, and I even managed to kind of juggle 2 shells for a little bit there. There is also a 2-line code that does this for fireballs, where fireballs will hit anywhere on the screen. So keep that in mind next time you take on Super Mario Bros. 3 on the SNES. Another rather interesting code to try is 0D63-D605, which claims you can re-enter mushroom houses and special levels. And this seemed to work quite well for me. The first time I entered Toad's item house, all was normal, the music etc. I picked my item and then returned to the map screen. It then showed that Mario had completed the level, but sure enough I could go back to the spot and enter it like it was normal. Weirdly enough, the music that played was just as if you had just passed a regular level, but you could still pick a box and repeat this as many times as you like. I'm not sure what the special levels refer to though, as I couldn't play the line-up game again, nor the first fortress, but I am sure it has some effect out there for all of you guys to find out. Move over, Trapping Koopa or Buzzy Beetle against the block, because this 3-line Game Genie code will give you all the lives you need. If you enter this combination of codes, anytime you jump on an enemy's head, you will get an extra life. This means Koopa Troopers, especially the flying kind, are a gold mine, as you can get at least 2 lives off them, plus more if you can chase after their shell. For some odd reason it doesn't work if you use your Racoon tail, it has to be a headshot. Oh well, I'm certainly not complaining about it. Moving on to the next 4-line giant code, I was at first disappointed as I didn't think it actually worked. The code simply states walk through objects, which sounded pretty cool, but it turns out it just doesn't work on level 2 of World 1. Trying it on another level allowed me to walk through pipes, bricks, whatever I liked, and the game played otherwise as normal. I did run into a small problem on the first fortress though. I thought I would be sneaky and get myself a warp whistle without flying, but I simply ended up stuck above old mate Boom Boom and couldn't get down to fight him. I just had to watch his hypnotizing dance until the time ran out. Look at him go. Anyway, that's it for today my friends. I do hope you enjoyed checking out the Super Mario Bros. 3 SNES game cheats. If you did, then be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, share this video with your friends, and also leave a comment down below sharing which code was your favourite. And with all that said, I'll catch you soon my friends.